We're in the kitchen with Laura Russell. Laura is a local cookbook author, and she's written the Gluten Free Asian Kitchen, and today she's going to share one of her recipes with us. So what are we making?
Today we're making a Vietnamese-style sautéed catfish, and it has a sauce of peanuts and fresh herbs and scallions. It's really quick, simple dish.
So how do we get started?
All right, so I have combined in this bag a half a cup of rice flour, some turmeric, which will make it a nice bright yellow, salt and pepper, and really it's super easy this way. You can just pop the fish in, kind of shake and bake style, and coat the fish before adding it to the sauté pan.
So it's the rice flour instead of a wheat flour, so that keeps it on the gluten-free side?
Exactly, exactly. You don't want to use wheat flour, which obviously would have gluten, and the rice flour helps the fish brown a little bit, and also you have the nice bright color with the turmeric.
So need me to do anything?
If you'd want to get started, if you can chop some dill and cilantro, we'll be using that for the sauce in a little bit.
So tell us a little bit about how you decided to write this cookbook.
I went gluten-free about 4 years ago. I had to because of some health problems. And the first thing I thought was, I guess I'll just eat a lot of Asian food. Asian food is perfect. There's rice, rice noodles.
And you wouldn't think there's a lot of gluten in most of it.
Exactly. You wouldn't think that, but the more I started looking into it, I realized that there's gluten everywhere, especially in the Asian sauces.
So do you lose much by changing from gluten-type ingredients?
Well, I don't think so. For me, the point of the recipes I developed was to lose the gluten but keep all of the flavor. I wanted to make sure every single thing in the book tasted great, and I tried to do that. I use a lot of fresh herbs, a lot of the gluten-free versions of sauces, hoisin sauce, oyster sauce. They still taste great.
And that's the biggest fear, because most people think they're giving up something, but you're just substituting. You're not giving up.
We're not giving up at all. And I was joking with the publisher when we first started developing the book. A lot of gluten-free cookbooks literally talk about sickness and illness, and it's kind of depressing.
Sure.
And I said, everything in my book is about flavor. I want everything to taste good and look great and just fun food for everybody.
Right. So about how long does that take?
These are pretty thin. This is catfish. It's about a ½ inch thick. So we're going to do about 2 to 3 minutes per side.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come right back when the fish is done.
All right.
So most of the fish is finished cooking. I did a good job on my herb chopping.
Great knife skills.
All right. So what's our next step?
So we're making the sauce. I added some peanuts and some chopped green onions to a little bit of oil in the pan.
Okay.
I've been sauteing these just for about a minute, and now we're going to add the chopped dill and the chopped cilantro. We can just pour it right in here from the cutting board.
Okay.
And really, we just want these to wilt, so they're in the pan, maybe 30 seconds.
Okay. So what are some of the surprising ingredients in Asian cooking that have gluten that I wouldn't think would have gluten?
Well, the main thing to look for, you always have to be careful. No matter what you're buying, you always have to read the label. I think a lot of people are surprised by the soy sauce.
That is surprising.
And yeah, it's really made with 50% soy and 50% wheat. And so many of the noodles, the noodles are made out of wheat.
A lot of the noodles that are good are made with rice or...
Well, some of the noodles, there's always a substitute. You can use rice noodles, you can use cellophane noodles, which are made out of mung beans, or you can use 100% buckwheat soba noodles, as long as they don't have any wheat flour mixed in. You're good to use those. Okay. So this sauce is ready. We're just going to plate it. We're going to put it over the catfish, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, I'm ready. The fish is a beautiful color, and now we have the final touches.
That's right. We're just going to put the herbs and peanuts right over the top.
And then you have a sauce that you pass around. What is the sauce?
Exactly. The sauce is a Vietnamese sauce. It's called Nuoc Cham. It's made from fish sauce, some water, sugar, lime juice, and rice vinegar. Nice. And this is a great sauce because, 9 times out of 10, fish sauce should be gluten-free. So just make sure you read the label to be sure, but it's generally a perfect substitute for soy sauce.
Oh, well, that's great. It's beautiful. It was really simple to make. And I think that what you need to remember is just because it's gluten-free doesn't mean that it doesn't have taste. And this is not a cookbook just for your gluten-free friends. I think anybody would enjoy the recipes. And we'll have a link to the recipe and also to Laura's website.
All right.
Thanks a lot. I'm ready to give it a try.
All right, give it a try.